You have been heard. You have been heard by the state legislators about your concerns with Xcel Energy's high bills these days. They also have been hearing Marshall Zellinger's constant reporting on the issue, specifically the profit-taking that Xcel is allowed to do on the backs of ratepayers, what is and is not allowed. So now the state legislature is going to convene a special committee. And if you're thinking to yourself, hold on, a committee is what they do when they don't actually want to do anything, Marshall found out this committee might actually do something, and fairly soon.
Lawmakers have seen enough. Perhaps enough that I won't have to show video of gas meters much longer. The high bills Coloradans have experienced this winter will result in a special 6-member legislative committee to review why our bills are so high and what laws could change to affect those bills.
We're not creating a committee just to move things around and, pat ourselves on the back. This committee really is to investigate, to learn, and to chart a path forward on policy changes that can happen either this year or in the near future.
Democratic Senate President Steve Fenberg just announced the Joint Select Committee on Rising Utility Rates. 4 Democrats and 2 Republicans total from the House and Senate to meet 3 to 6 times before the legislative session ends in early May.
Why are certain types of expenses allowed to be passed on to consumers? Whether it's fuel costs or operating costs or fees, we need to get to the bottom of exactly what's led us to where we are.
We've heard from Xcel customers concerned about their bills and how Xcel makes and spends money.
It seems to be all profit.
Over the last 3 weeks, we've explained what each line on your Xcel bill is for, why it's on there, and where Xcel makes its $1.7 billion profit.
They shouldn't make exorbitant profits of what seems to be more than what other companies do.
We've helped you figure out how much you will spend turning your thermostat up 1 degree and how to do the math to figure out if your electricity is better off billed based on time of day or overall flat rate.
This one was 33% higher than it was last year. And we're already, look at how much we're paying for eggs and stuff now. So every penny counts when you're trying to keep your budget on your household.
The stories that have been coming from the news about this and doing the deeper dive on utility bills has been very helpful and has helped people understand what is and what is not causing these increased rates. And so now as policymakers, I think it's appropriate for us to look at that from a policy perspective.
These committee hearings will be open to the public. So the committee, who are they going to hear from? Utility companies, energy experts, and you, if you want to be heard, because this is how it started, because so many people were complaining about their high utility bills. But let's be real, Kyle. Even if they do something by the end of the session, which is early May, it's not going to affect your bill even by June.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the state legislature has one role to play in this process, and state regulators, as you have showed us over the last couple of weeks, they're the ones that really have their hands on the levers.
Right, so this is just policy changes so that state lawmakers would then be guiding the Public Utilities Commission. When you hear these rate cases, these are things we now want you to consider. It's not like the legislature is just going to come through and slash bills like that. They're going to guide the people who do slash bills how to do that.
All right, another one of my fellow moderators tonight, Marshall Zellinger. Thank you.